press the red
I
button.
think you can do
Oh,
it.
you gotta,
Yeah.
yeah.
I couldn't find 5:10 o'clock in your Apple Music library.
It's all set?
Oh,
Oh.
thank goodness.
No.
Good job.
Thanks, Caleb.
I did my duty.
Are we all right? We're calling the
guess
meeting
we're
to
on.
order. Okay, it's a foolish thing. Okay. We just got the minutes, so does anyone, do you want to take a moment to review the minutes? See if we have any changes or corrections?
I'm assuming they're accurate, and I would move that they be accepted.
A second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, on we go then. We don't have anyone here from the public, so I guess we have no public comment. And Richard is not here, so he can't check in with the members, but I will. Is there anyone that has anything they'd like to report or tell us about?
Nope.
No. Alrighty then, moving right along. Julie, why don't you give us your report?
Okay,
First of all, could you introduce us to us?
of course. So this is Lauren Swift. She's our new executive assistant. She just started this past Monday. She comes to us with quite a bit of experience in a couple of fields, but most recently, obviously, with some junior accounting experience, doing accounts payable and things like that, which is obviously what we're looking for.
Of course.
And I think she's going to be a great fit for our team. She's been getting accustomed to what we do in the office, meeting some clients, and she's done a day sitting out front to do some training with, you know, just getting immersed in our reception area, getting to meet people and learn how to like answer the phones and things like that, because everyone in our office is cross-trained to do all of that. And then she's starting on one of her first administrative projects this week. Lauren, do you want to say anything about yourself? Introduce yourself. Okay.
And for our viewers, and just in case you're all thinking the same thing we did, they're not sisters.
I do have some other staffing updates. I can't remember if I had announced this at the last meeting or not, if it had happened by then, but our longtime van driver who had a part-time position, Jerry Golia, had given his notice a while back, and he has had his last day by now. So his last day was this past Friday. We wish him very well, and he's going to be very, very, very missed by both the staff and our the passengers that he worked with for so long. So we have right now 2 drivers on staff. They are each taking 2 days a week, so we have 1 day a week that is not filled. One of those drivers is occasionally going to be able to fill that day, but just not consistently. I do have some applicants that I'm talking to and interviewing to be able to fill that last day soon. So hopefully we'll be fully staffed again relatively soon. And then I know this had not happened since our last meeting, so this is a new announcement. Our per diem chef, Kevin Case, had also given his notice back in August, and he has also had his last day since then. So we no longer have a per diem chef. We're back to just having Linda. So we don't have backup coverage for when she takes vacation and things like that. However, we do now have 2 staff members in our office who have been Serve Safe certified. So we do have someone who can fill in the kitchen to do simple things like make sandwiches and salads, so that Linda can at least take a day off now and then, or if she's sick on a day when we can maybe come together to put something together for lunch, they would be able to do that. So we're at least, we at least have some staff who are authorized to make food and know how to do that safely.
Okay.
And of course, we're looking for a replacement per diem chef. And then the last staffing update is that our social services coordinator, Andrea, has passed her social work licensing exam. So she now has an LCSW, she's a licensed certified social worker. This license is not required for the position, but obviously it's a great benefit to be able to have someone who is licensed. So with this, if she's if she's doing a little bit of supervision with another licensed counselor on the side, if she's receiving supervision, she can conduct counseling with our clientele. So. All right, and then moving on to our current and anticipated operations. I just wanted to call attention to one of our programs that's coming up, which is an event in our series that we call Beyond the Book. So it's our local author series. We do have a Harwich native coming in October to talk about her 2 books that she's written. They are like, they're suspense novels, that's what she considers them. So suspense novels. So we thought that would be kind of a fun Halloween themed event. She based her second novel in Cape Cod, or at least partially on Cape Cod, so I thought it would be really fun for folks to come and hear what she has to say about her writing experience and how she's, how she's tied together the experiences she had living on Cape Cod with writing and, get a chance to meet a local author. So that's happening on Friday, October 20th at 10 a.m. Her name is Nicole Barrel, and her books are called The Hollow and The Sham. It's not a series, they're standalone books. I read The Hollow, it's very, very good.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to reading The Sham, which is just coming out. I think it's just been released this month. All right. And then I wanted to let the board know that there's an upcoming open meeting law training. So you have that in your packets. So the town clerk and town administrator have organized to have KP Law come and do this open meeting law training. There are 2 sessions, both held on Thursday, September 28th. One is from 2 to 4 and the other is from 5 to 7. So they're encouraging board members, town staff, anyone who has really anything related to participating in open meetings to come and take part in this training so that you can be well aware of the rules and regulations that apply to you. So
Is this something annual they're gonna be doing? Because I remember taking this last year, I don't know.
Oh, I don't remember it last year.
Was that the
Really?
conflict of interest law last year?
Yeah,
Oh,
was it conflict of interest? Maybe it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
online.
this is open meeting?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, I don't remember them holding anything like this since.
all right, maybe it was
Benefits.
conflict of interest then, I'm thinking of, okay.
I'm not aware of any plans to have this again in the future.
Okay,
So it's not required, this is just for your own personal knowledge. If you are available at that time and interested in having more information about open meeting law, then you can sign up to go. I do have a little bit more to cover, but I thought it would come under new business, so I'll just go on to volunteer needs and then I can let someone
no,
else
just
talk.
go ahead,
Yeah,
just
okay.
keep going.
All right. The other thing in your packet is a copy of amendment to the general bylaw that was passed at the annual town meeting this year. So the town clerk sent this out. This is the true and attested copy that's been added to our bylaws. And there were others that were passed at town meeting, but this one is the only one that was really related to the function and operations of the COA. So I wanted to bring this up and call attention to it. So this one relates to plastic reduction in the town. And basically what it says is that starting next year on September 1st, 2024, we won't be able to use plastic food containers and single-use utensils. So we do use those things in our lunch program right now, and we are already exploring options to be able to use biodegradable alternatives so that we'll be ready to transition away from those items by next year. So I just wanted to make sure all of you were aware that this was passed, and let everybody know that we are also aware it was passed and that we are making the appropriate preparations to be able to comply.
I'm sorry, I just had a question. Is the cost more, and if it is, how are we covering the cost?
So I'm not sure yet because there are certainly options that are much higher cost, yes. There are other options that would be about equivalent cost. We haven't experimented enough yet to know if we will require the higher cost items to be able to match the quality, or, to get the right variables that we're looking for, to be able to actually hold the food long enough. For example, we've tried one brand so far, and it just didn't do an appropriate job. The material was not sturdy enough. The liquid in the food sort of leaked through, so it just wasn't really an appropriate to-go container. So we're going to try other options, and if we need to spend more to get a good product, to something that will actually hold the food appropriately, and be able to allow people to take it home and hopefully even reheat the food in that container, then we'll spend the additional money. And if we have to take that from the food budget, then we'll have to make that decision. If we need to ask for more funding in our budget to cover the cost, then I'll have that conversation with administration. But I think at this point there are enough options that are at the same price point that we may be able to come out even. We're going to try that.
Are we talking about the containers for the food, is that it?
Yes.
Yeah, not the forks and spoons and whatever, for the breakfast and...
So that will have to be changed as well.
Yeah.
And I haven't really explored the price comparison for those quite as much yet.
Mm-hmm.
We've been focusing on the containers first.
Yeah.
When all is said and done, most likely our cost is going to go up a little bit across the board. I just don't know how much yet.
Do we have capacity for washing, like flatware and so on? We do.
Yes. So the issue there is right now, Linda is already working a 35-hour week with, what she's doing right now. We are serving many more people than we used to. Before COVID, we served no more than 20 to 25 people at once, not on breakfast days. Breakfast days were an anomaly, but for lunch, for example, no more than 20, 25 people a day. And now we serve around 70 people, right? So her workload has gone up, which is why we don't serve things on plates with silverware and things like that at lunch anymore, because the time is just not there to wash that many things. So she's already at a 35-hour week. If we add something to her to-do list that would require washing utensils and things like that, the time has to come from somewhere. So either we need more help in the kitchen, or something else would have to give. So it's not necessarily, the, you know, not necessarily the answer either.
Mhm.
Yeah.
My guess is if we were going to silverware, we could probably get contributions of flatware and so on.
Sure, yeah.
You know, people are giving that stuff away,
Exactly.
so, just a thought. No, it requires washing, obviously, so.
Right. So I will definitely keep everyone informed about what the cost is, once we do a little bit more trial and error.
I'm just going one more question too. Since, the young man just left, Keith just
Kevin,
left, Kevin, sorry. The money's still in the budget, so can we hire somebody right away and we can advertise right away that we need?
Yep. Yes, we are advertising for that.
Looking for a job?
Yeah.
I mean, how about an after-school kid from the high school?
Well, they have to be available, to cover for Linda's shift when she's out though.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was thinking more of just the cleaning side.
Oh, okay.
Right.
All right, and then volunteer-wise, we really are we're very good on volunteers right now. We don't have any open positions, actually. We're very well staffed with volunteers. But I did want to talk about the volunteer recognition event. So traditionally in the fall, or at least for a few years, I know that there was a barbecue held in the fall, but we are getting a little late in the season for that. So I had an idea that maybe we could do a brunch instead. I was exploring the option of a volunteer lunch, of a barbecue, but finding the right time and being able to coordinate with the fire association and find a time that worked for the community center was becoming challenging. So I thought a brunch might be a fun idea and something that we wouldn't have as much of a challenge to coordinate a time for. So I did look at the schedule for the community center, and it looked like mornings were very full, but if we were open to doing it on a Saturday, we might have some luck. So I didn't know what you guys thought about that.
Here in the center? In what room?
The multi-purpose room.
What's the capacity of that?
It depends on how.
I'm sure, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know how many volunteers we get at these things.
Right. I don't remember exactly what the capacity is, but I know I feel pretty confident that it would hold the
Good,
right
yep.
number. Yeah.
What is the setup for the breakfast? How many does it hold when you have those big round tables?
So our capacity for the breakfast has been 50, but it would hold much more than that.
Okay.
It would hold, I think, at least 70.
Okay.
And I don't think we had more than 70 in March.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, then that should work.
Yeah.
Would you still ask, like, the fire department to do the hot dogs and hamburgers so that Linda didn't have to cook? If you did it at lunch? I'm just throwing you out there again. Sorry.
No, I was thinking brunch food, like
Oh, but like scrambled eggs and that kind of stuff?
quiche.
Quiche, yeah.
Something, you know.
I'm not making quiche, you're looking at me. I'm not, you don't want my quiche.
Yes, come on, Justin.
You guys are
I got
specializing.
chickens, I can provide some eggs. But that's
I was thinking a mix of things that Linda would make and a mix of catered food, which the Friends have indicated they would support.
I think that's a great idea.
Okay.
Why not?
Do you have a date?
October 28th.
This is Saturday, you said?
Oh, before Halloween.
Yeah.
What time of day are we thinking about?
11 to 1.
Yeah, it's a great idea. Why not?
I'm gonna be very hungry by that time, though, for crying out loud.
Well, you'll have to have a little muffin in the morning.
Oh,
or
okay.
something.
Do you know who the who you're gonna recognize?
So I think we only do the volunteer of the year in March.
Okay.
Or am I
Yes,
remembering wrong?
yeah.
So you won't
Yeah.
need a plaque from us
Yeah.
then. Okay.
But last time we had the cookout and everybody had a wonderful time and that was it.
Yeah.
Because if the weather holds up 10/28, might be okay. But we planned it for this week, it would have been great.
Now, if we do a brunch, would this be table service or buffet? What are you thinking?
Oh, good question.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess if the health department doesn't let us do a
Yeah,
buffet,
yeah.
they probably wouldn't, yeah. Yeah, it'd probably have to be table service.
Probably. So then you're gonna need a number of us to help you.
Room full of volunteers.
The,
Yeah.
oh, I certainly volunteer.
Yeah, we could help you, but I'm saying, you know, Linda would have to get whatever together on the plates or however we do it.
Yeah,
that's true. The Friends would probably volunteer for that.
yeah.
As long as you get lots
What?
of bacon and sausage.
I'm just curious, what is the restriction on the buffet type of?
So, what I was told is that the health department really, even without the concern of COVID, would prefer that buffets not exist at all, because they tend to spread a lot of illnesses and.
Really?
Yeah, my son just returned from a wedding a week or so ago. COVID, a whole pile of people are showing up with it.
Yeah, is that right?
Buffet?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it was a receiving room.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I'm aware that COVID is kind of going around again, but, if the servers are in plastic gloves and, disposable and I don't see the problem, but I guess I'm just stupid.
I agree with you. I don't know why
Yeah,
health department is being so strict about that myself.
I mean, if they're masked and wearing gloves and serving the food to you, unless the food is contaminated, that should be okay, I don't get it, but.
Sounds like an uphill battle, though. I think it would be an uphill battle.
Probably,
You ready to take it on, Carol?
not this week.
Justin, if we revisited the idea of a
Yeah.
barbecue, how long do you think that you guys would need to plan ahead for something like
Just
that?
a couple weeks, probably 2
Yeah.
weeks or so.
Yeah.
We could get a few. I mean, because that's only a couple people to cook.
Okay.
I can grill. I'm just not gonna do quiche.
Grilled quiche.
We could throw a couple people together. So.
Would a weekday afternoon be possible? Or,
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I would stay away from Wednesdays. Some of our heavy hitters play in the men's golf league at Harwich on Wednesdays, so.
Because anytime we're dealing with that kind of a thing, we're dealing with weather.
Weather.
It's a
Yeah,
factor,
yeah.
so,
yeah,
Older people get cold
we
easily.
do have a short window at this point, we're
Yeah.
lucky right now,
Yeah.
but I think I'd rather plan on the brunch
The brunch sounds like
than
a
Yeah,
good idea.
yeah.
be indecisive.
okay.
Might be easier.
If that changes, let me know.
Yeah, just knowing ahead of time what has to be done.
Okay. So I think that was everything that I had. Oh, just a quick announcement that we are gonna start enrolling for Shine soon. So, for open enrollment. So this is the time of year when people on Medicare can change their plans. Open enrollment runs from October 15th to December 7th. And we will start setting appointments on Tuesday, October 3rd, so people can call in for appointments then. That is everything I have.
Very good. Okay, old business, I think old business we covered under the volunteer
Yeah.
lunch. New business probably the same thing, old and new, right? Okay, member comments, anything going on here? Anybody?
Well, we can congratulate Lauren for joining us.
Thank you. We lost Justin?
Yeah. I
No.
think he got a call, I think.
Oh, we got a call, okay. Do you have anything for us, Judge?
Just about the men's breakfast, how are we doing on that as far as numbers and money?
We did have a slightly lower turnout this past month. I don't know the exact number, I just from looking around the room, I know it wasn't as populated. And I did hear that the donations were stable, definitely beating the women still.
I checked that out, so. They were pretty good.
Yeah.
How about women? How many women are showing up?
The women are consistently registering at high numbers, and although, you know, last month they had dipped a little bit too, so I don't think it was, you know, just the men. It seemed to be something about the month or the time,
Right.
you know, of the season. So we'll see what happens this month.
But they're not being as generous as the men are, from what I understand.
Well, they don't have anyone strong arming them.
Yeah, that's it. We gotta invite you over.
I'm the enforcer
Yeah.
for the men, so.
We'll get you a wig.
It's come to that, the enforcer. I love it. John, anything?
No, fine.
No? And I don't have anything, so guess we're all set.
Motion to adjourn?
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.